Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Heel Hook Show. We just want to say welcome to all our friends, welcome to all our followers, welcome to all our subscribers, and welcome to all our friends. I'd also like to personally thank any of the haters out there, whether it be on your first account, second account, third, or maybe even fourth. We appreciate your views and know that we love you all. This is the motherfucking Heel Hook Show. I'm your boy Ash. That's my boy Eddie, and we come to bring the drama. How you doing, sir?
What's good, man? Send a quick shout out to all the haters. Y'all can eat a bag of dicks that are infected with cow AIDS. Yeah. Nah, look, you gotta have the good and the bad, right? What can I say? You got a bunch of cool people that are like shoot the shit with you, and then you got a bunch of cowards who don't know jack shit about anything and live their life in a shit spot, living in their parents' basement, jacking off to like 1970s porn where they don't even show anything. It's just faces and moaning.
Nah, it's just one of those, dude. But on the brighter note, though, I've been so excited for this card. I know a lot of people are saying, like, it won't even do, like, 300 buys. Like, it won't even do, like, 200 buys. And you know what? I think it'll surprise a lot of people. I think it'll do about 250, maybe 300. At the end of the day, Dana White did exactly what he always does, and he pulled a quick one on and a fast one on everybody. He kept his word by not having Amanda Nunes main event again. He kind of parlayed people away from talking about that by going, well, you wanted Demetrious Johnson to be the main eventer of a pay-per-view, didn't you? So he covered all his bases, and it's a dickhead move, but at the end of the day, if people are fans of Demetrious Johnson, if people are fans of Amanda Nunes, I implore you to buy the pay-per-view. If you're that much of a fan, we always talk about hardcore fans, and I'm not paying for this shit card. Well, if you think Demetrious Johnson is pound for pound the best in the world, support the motherfucker.
Look, man, it's a really good point you make and everything, and most people are full of shit, right? When they go, oh, Demetrious, like, they'll say it, time to put your money with your mouth, this bitch, and I highly doubt we get it. I know, I hope it does over 200,000. I fucking seriously hope so. I don't think he's gonna hit that.
I think it does over 200,000.
I think it does under for the fact that it's so it's almost not like the promotion is almost non-existent. Okay, I've been talking to people up until today that still didn't. They were like, "Oh shit, we got UFC this weekend. Who's fighting?" Like I got that, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
we also got that for the Rotterdam card. A lot of you guys in the States didn't even know that shit was on.
Yeah, like I knew, you knew, and everything. We were just waiting for it, and all the hardcores for the most part knew, and of course people in Rotterdam. But a lot of people, in fucking anybody else basically didn't know. It was like a casual thing. Plus, it was Fight Pass, and it was pretty fucking early in the day, so they weren't really gonna come out and fucking promote the shit out of that. They're not promoting this one at all either, and it seems like it's almost like you think it's Dana White kind of sending a message, because that's what it sounds like to me, sort of.
In a way, you know what? I think it could be, and I'm not trying to fucking defend Dana White, but the thing is, though, is at the end of the day, this is going to sound really, really harsh, but how can I put this? I feel as if maybe, just maybe, Dana White's just tired, man. Like, he's been fucking promoting this fucking Conor shit and going to all the world tours and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe just maybe, he's just kind of gassed. Do you know? I know it sounds really, really stupid, but like, it's one of those things where he's one of those guys that, when it comes to the big stuff, he goes all out and he goes balls to the wall. Well, this is the biggest that we've ever seen of anything. So it wouldn't surprise me, now the money's not an issue, and, it's just down to what excites him. After the biggest high of his career working in combat sports, maybe he's just tired of it. Like, he's human at the end of the day. And I know it's his job and he gets paid well and all that bullshit, but he's human. Like, he's not a nice human, but he's a human nonetheless.
Here's the thing about that, and I'm with you on that. I think he is tired as fuck, but look, and that Conor, the Conor, what a thing that definitely you could tell just dragged everything out of him. That dude needs a vacation. However, last time he took a vacation, I forgot exactly what happened, but a bunch of bullshit went down. I think that was the week that Jones and Cormier got in a fight.
Yeah, it was, because that was when Thingy did Anik did the bit in between, wasn't it? Right,
No, that was an Anik. That was the other PR.
Dave, what's his name?
Dude, I'm gonna find out.
Dave Schoner or whatever. What was his name?
I don't know. He works with the Philadelphia 76ers now. He's
I was going to say he works with an NBA team now, but I couldn't remember which one it was.
No. Dave. It's a good Dave, so that's good. Dave. Fuck me. Scholler. Dave Scholler.
I said that. There we go.
Oh, my bad. All right. Yeah, I thought you said something else.
I thought I was fucking up. I thought I was saying his name wrong or something.
No. You're right. But Dave Scholler.
Can I just do this really, really quickly? I've just saw the advert for, the Kickboxer Vengeance film with GSP in it and Batista and Dave and all that. Have you watched that film?
Am I going to watch it?
Have you watched it?
I have not watched it. Where is it? Is it Netflix or what?
It's on DVD. I think it is on Netflix, but it's out on DVD now.
You watched it?
I watched it because there was nothing else in the entire world for me to watch. So
have you not watched Narcos?
You know what, right? There's a problem, right? I have a real problem with watching things. I'm one of those people that I need to watch something whilst I'm watching something. So, like, I'll play video games whilst I'm watching something on my Mac. But the problem that I find is, though, if it's something that I have to literally watch the screen, can't do it.
No?
Can't do it. Like, I can't... If I'm trying to do two things at once, I can't have something on that I need to fucking watch the TV. Like... There's certain shows I have to just not watch whilst I'm playing video games because I can't focus on one or the other, and it just annoys me that I have to rewind and stuff like that. When I was watching, what was it called? Death Note. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Death Note, the anime.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it before, and I heard all the bitching about the fucking Netflix one, though.
Yeah, I watched the film first because I wanted to watch the film and not have a preconception of it. So I watched the film and I enjoyed the film. The film was okay. It was a good film. It was one of those ones where I actually paused my video game so I could watch the back end of the film because it was getting really good.
Yeah.
Getting really good. But the anime is better. Like the TV series and books and the originals are always going to be better because they're longer. They have more time to explain things. They get to, delve into the characters. But when it comes to that Kickboxer Vengeance shit, it felt like I was just watching every action martial arts film from like the early 90s, mid 90s. It just felt the same. Like, I know that's the premise of it all and stuff, but I don't know, there's some films that tend to do it a little bit better, like Warrior, for example. You know what, I know it gets a lot of heat because they were like pretty boys and stuff like that, but I didn't mind Never Back Down, the first film.
No? Back Down with the
Never Back Down, the
White.
I don't remember the names of the actors because they're fucking garbage in the
name. But there has like Jack, black dude that was Black Dynamite and all that. Okay, Jahida White. I think Jahida White. Yeah, I think he's a legit martial artist too. No, I get what you're saying. And you know what? The thing is, like, so many martial arts films have let me down that I stopped watching them like altogether. For the most part, actually. Like Warrior came out a few years ago. Remember that? Tom Hardy.
It was a badass film.
I liked it. A lot of people didn't. I was kind of surprised, but a lot of people didn't like it. I liked the story. I liked the way it was executed. Some of the characters were a little over the top. Rumble was in there. That was cool. Nate Marco was in it. That was cool. Huh?
Kurt Angle was in it.
Kurt Angle was in it. Neck all fucked up and everything. As like the an unbeatable man. And then Tom Hardy and what was the other guy's name?
I can't remember the other guy's name, but I know one thing about that Kurt Angle character that fucked me up something chronic. Right. I watched him in pro wrestling for my entire life, you know what I mean? And he's the All-American, he's the American. He won the an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck, and he was a Russian.
He played a Russian named Koba.
Like,
were you guys trying to go for Kobe and then you fucked up? And it's like, fuck, we gotta change the letter, but no, Kobe's Japanese. Don't fuck around. But regardless, it's hard for me to get into films, but I did get into Narcos real heavy though, because I watched the first season kind of by accident, and I got stuck. I got sucked in. I'm like, oh shit. Second season, I'm like, oh shit. I just finished the third season last night. Holy shit, it's a good.
But isn't it in Spanish though?
Yeah, but there's subtitles. Not all of it. Some of it. Not even like. Yeah, but
what I'm saying to you is though is you don't even need to fucking look at the screen. You can.
Oh sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's easier for you, bro. Like I have to legit look at the fucking words. Otherwise, I have no idea what the guy's saying?
Here's a stupid, weird question. Do they teach like foreign languages in high school over there?
Yeah. Our first the problem that I had is and it's stupid the way they do it in England. I don't know if they've changed it because obviously it's been a long time since it's been high school. What they do is you get a choice of, well, you don't even get a choice. When you first start high school, you got given a class of a foreign language. So it was either Spanish or it was French, and you didn't get to pick. You got put into your class got put into that one for your form. So I got French, even though I wanted to learn Spanish, ironically. Then when you got to your GCSEs, when you get to the second year in high school and you get to pick the subjects that you want to study in high school, you've got to pick one language. Now, the problem is when you've already been learning a language for 2 years, 3 years, really, like, you're not going to pick another language that you're going to get graded on a language you've never learned before. Like, you're just not. So, yeah.
That's a weird system. That's a weird way to fucking do it.
It's different now, but that's how it works. You like got given one of the two languages. But in Europe, they do that a lot, though. They give you like 2 languages. I think in Greece, they get to learn their second language you get to pick from is German and English. That's what I got told when I used to go to Greece all the time. But yeah, so that's weird.
No, real quick, over here it's kind of different. They give you a choice, but they usually only offer Spanish, which is fucking hilarious. Most like other languages are usually like after school clubs, and it has a lot to do with funding. Like the US is notoriously awful. I mean, dog shit awful at fucking funding education. We rather fund bombs than education. That's getting political, and we don't need to get into that. But that's the point, though. They don't give any funds for it. So you don't get a French class. You get French club, and you get someone that's volunteering their time to teach you French. Or you get, like Japanese club, stuff like that. Yeah. Very few schools that aren't private schools have an actual class. And then you get into university and all that, and then you get there's actual classes for languages and shit. But just like you said, if you spend your first, your first 10 years of school learning Spanish, you're not gonna switch over to fucking, Portuguese.
No,
German. They go German. Yeah, no, you're right. Portuguese are right. It's funny watching the UFC in Brazil, and when I hear the corners talk, I can understand them like pretty well. Yeah. Like, and so I'm sitting here going, and I'm telling everyone that I'm watching the fights with, oh shit, he's saying to do this. Oh, he's saying to do that. Oh, he just told me he's down 2 rounds. This fucker just told me he's winning the fight. What the hell is wrong with this dude? And then they're like, how do you fucking know you speak Portuguese? And I'm like, nah, man. I go, Spanish is universal. I can understand everything. It's so good.
Well, we're getting historic here, but I know that when it comes to like the history of South America and whatnot, from what I briefly know, I know that a lot of it had to do with obviously the Spanish invading like South America, and then the Portuguese coming over and saying that they'd help and whatnot. And instead of trying to enslave people in South America, they tried to help them overthrow the Spanish. I believe that was kind of the premise of it. I don't want to go too in because this is just a little bits that I remember or I might have heard. So like from that premise, like I know that a lot of South American countries speak Portuguese, and that's why Portuguese is one of the biggest languages in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heel Hook Experience. My name is Eddie Law. We have we have officially changed the podcast halfway through this shit.
The Heel Hook Experience, bro.
Yeah, the Heel Hook Experience. That's what I'm saying. The Heel Hook Experience. We changed this bitch immediately. All right, my bad, dude. I don't know. For some reason, I just had the question about the languages because that's. I mean, I find it curious how other countries run this shit. I know how Mexico does it, and I know how the U.S. does it.
It's just strange. It's no different than like why does the American language have different ways of spelling and different ways of saying certain things to the English? Like, shouldn't they just follow like our language, seeing as English?
No. The funny thing is, and real quick because we gotta get back to MMA, but the funny thing is, off of that, I know because I'm gonna forget everything I want to say about the fucking card. But the funny thing about that, I actually asked that question in high school, like to one of my teachers, and he looks at me. And he was one of those like pretty liberal kind of guys, right? Fucking pothead and everything. He fucking used to smoke up before school, and we used to catch him, and we'd be like, "Hey, Mr. Stone, are you high right now?" He's like, "Hi, motherfucker, I'm fucked up." Like, all right, dude. So he taught us a bunch of shit. But I asked him, like, how come you don't we don't follow the English that the English use? He looks at me, he goes, cause fuck those motherfuckers. And I'm like, wow, this guy holding a grudge. I talk about telling my friend, this guy's holding a grudge from 19 fucking forever ago, or 18 forever ago. What the fuck? And like, oh goddamn, dude. Shut the fuck out with your shit.
Just briefly talking about the whole American English thing. I'm actually currently watching UFC 204's main event between Henderson and Bisping, and I was there for the event. And my God, just looking back at that fight, you know, regardless of who you thought won and this, that, and the other, and you know, everybody can do that however they want. But God damn, that were a fucking fight,
dude. It was a crazy fight that when I watched it the first go around, keep in mind I was live tweeting this shit.
Yeah.
When I watched it the first time around, I thought Henderson won. I thought he got robbed.
A lot of people.
And then I watched it. Literally, I watched it like right after the event because I always rewatch the main event, and if I was live tweeting during the thing, especially if it goes decision. If it's a finish, it's a finish, whatever. But if it goes decision, I watch it right away. So once I got done tweeting and shit, I sat back, grabbed a beer, some food, turned the main event back on, and at the end of it, I go, "Yeah, Bisping won."
Yeah.
It was close, but it wasn't as close as I thought. It wasn't as close as everyone else thought though, because everyone was like, "Oh, you a little cut here this way," and fucking Dan Henderson wins. Then I go, maybe, but I thought Bisping handled his own pretty well. So
I think it's one of those things where if you compare the fight to if you ask the question with people, with fans, with the second Nate and Conor fight, and you compare it to the Bisping-Henderson second fight, the same people will say that Nate won because of volume and this, that, and the other, even though he got dropped and he had a few cuts. But then they'll say that Henderson won because he dropped Bisping and he cut him open. So it's like, okay, American fans, which one are we going with here? Because you can't just say that one's applicable for one fight and one's for the other. It's just not how it works. But
yeah, it's super weird how that goes. But it's always every single time someone says something, I'm like, look, it's their opinion. It's always an opinion unless you're a judge. Yeah. Then it's a result. But it almost makes me wonder how people would judge if we threw like fans in there to be judges. If the scorecard would be super fucked. I mean, just super fucked.
I can't remember the name of your boy who tagged me in on Twitter when he said, "How will GSP beat Bisping?" But I was like,
"What?" Yeah, I know. I forgot his handle. Sorry, dude. I know. He knows who he is, but I can't remember his name.
Damn! As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Kidding me, right?"
Yeah, I don't think GSP's gonna win that fight, but we can talk about that one when that fight comes up.
Oh,
but
that just makes me.
Oh, there we go. Now I remember. So my English teacher had said, cause fuck the English, that's why, something like that. And he goes 1765, bitch. I'm like, what? And he goes,
hold my phone real quick.
Yeah. What happened?
Put my phone. That was where the hell did I even put my phone? Here we
Ladies
go.
And gentlemen, fuck the fourth wall. Here, enjoy some boobs. Boobs, right there. Whoa. I don't know who that is.
Who the hell is that?
Her name, I don't know, her handle on Instagram. Sivan_hair. So SIVAN_hair.
You're bugging chasing these fucking.
God damn.
Instagram.
Yo, I mean, come on. Yo.
Oh, by the way, I've got to ask you.
What up?
Did you cry?
What do you mean?
Well, Paige Van Zandt isn't, on the market anymore.
Ah, dude, that's not the thing.
Hold up. She's gone for a guy who's got star tattoos and tribals. Hey, yo. What the fuck? Like, hear me out. Cody. Yeah. Cody's a good-looking dude, and he's got cool tattoos, badass tattoos. Fair enough, he's 5'3", but he looks like a badass motherfucker. Like, I can respect it. He looks like a hard fucking guy. Do you know what I mean? I look at this guy now. He's got star tattoos. Hey, dude, it's not 2004 anymore. Like, hey, we don't do tribals anymore. It's not 1999 anymore. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, look, man. All I gotta say is Paige Van Zandt is a young lady, and she is at 125. She looks nice and thick. God damn. But I ain't gonna hate on her, man. What are you gonna do? I mean, Alexa, whatever. As long as Alexa Grasso, what?
Did you hear she was saying that she was nearly passing out when she was cutting weight? I was like, bitch, please. Like, talk to Nate Diaz about cutting weight. Get the fuck out.
You want to tell someone? Yeah, exactly. Hit him up. He'll tell you exactly how to cut weight. But yeah, that's fucked up. But as long as Alexa Grass is on the market, I'm fine.
She bugs me out.
Really?
Yeah, because it's because of the, you know what, right? And I know this is irony coming from a Conor fan, but it's just the fact that when I saw that, like, somebody post, I can't remember if it was MMA Junkie or who it was, but there was like, Paige Van Zandt comes out and talks about her horrendous foot injury that went viral. I was like, it was a cut. Like, God damn, could you imagine if you'd have been in shooter box like back in the day and you had social media? You'd have had like Vitor's fucking face hanging off and knuckles hanging off of Vanderlei's hands. Like, come on, bro. Like, she had a cut on her foot. Like,
I'd be super fucked, dude.
And then when she turned around and she was on about like, oh, my boyfriend, I've got a boyfriend now. And I'm like, bro, you've got a girlfriend. Like, you've got a girlfriend who's got star tattoos and tribals. Like, shit, get the fuck out of here.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But look, regardless, dude. I mean, she'll grow out of that sooner or later. But what do you think about that whole thing when she said she was passing out? I don't look. Even if she was, that means she was fucking up.
Bro, I ain't buying that she fucking passing out for a minute. Get the fuck out of here. Like, she doesn't even, I bet you she doesn't cut more than, when she was going down to 115, I bet she cut no more than 15 pounds. And she didn't even look skinny. Like, right. You know when Joanna cuts weight down to 215? What am I talking about? When she gets cut down to 115, she looks 115. Like, she looks 115, does fucking Joanna when she cuts weight. You know what I mean? Claudia, she looks like she's dying to get down to fucking 215, 115. What the fuck? Why do I keep saying 215? So anyway, they get down to 115 and they look like fucking they're about to die. When she used to cut, she didn't look that bad when she used to get down there. Like, she used to get down to 115. I was just like, fair enough. Like, it looks like an easy cut. Like, I don't know. I think she just likes eating and shit, and she's one of those girls. I don't blame her. I'm not hating. I like people to be healthy when they're fighting. I'm all about fighting at their optimum weight. So I'm not hating on that. But her turning around and saying that she was fucking struggling to cut, I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, she was training with people like Uriah Faber and whatnot, like, who know how to cut. Do you know what I mean? Like, they know how to input. Like, TJ was a part of that crew. Cody was a part of that crew. So saying that she was struggling to cut and she was nearly passing out just sounds like drama to me.
Yeah, it just sounded weird. I don't know. I didn't hear it live. I actually got, like, I love how Twitter does this shit. They'll watch the the MMA half day show and they'll fucking live tweet it on what everyone's saying. So sometimes I'll just watch on Twitter and just see how the quotes go by. And I saw that one. I'm like, hold up, what? Come on now, Paige. I know you don't buy that bullshit.
Powerful rolling thunder kick by Dan Henderson at the end, by the way.
Oh, nasty, right?
God damn, fucking rolling thunder kick. Come on, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, did you get to hear the Joe Rogan, the JRE with Cody and fucking Uriah?
No, because it just broke my heart, to be quite honest with you. I looked at that and I was like, of all the fucking people y'all could get on the fucking Joe Rogan experience, and you're getting Cody and fucking Uriah Faber.
Weird enough, it was actually a pretty good podcast, okay? But you need to listen to it, dude. They were talking about TJ and all the shit he said.
To fighters on the show. I don't mind listening to fighters on the show because I remember listening to Jeremy Stevens on it, and he was actually really good on the podcast. This is months ago. I've liked a few people on there. Dominic Cruz is really good. Demetrious Johnson were on there, and he were really good on it. And there's been a fair few, but it gets to that point where I kind of want Joe Rogan to use his sway and get the big names.
Connor?
Could you imagine Connor and John Kavanagh on there? That'd be so dope.
It'd be great. I just don't. Fucking Connor's charging another pay-per-view to fucking get an interview, okay?
IPVV.
Whatever, it's still pay-per-view. You still got to pay to watch a fucking interview.
Yeah, it's per se, but at the end of the day, I don't know if you saw the conversation that I had with Apprentice about that.
No, what is that?
Because he was judgmental of. Oh shit, that's my phone gone. Yeah, so basically he was saying that like Dan had sold out. His perception was that Dan had sold out. And I was like, how the fuck is he sold out? Like, he's doing a job that he's been approached by because he's worked with Sky Sports, so his stocks rose. You know, if he's been working with Cage Warriors and other promotions, do it like Polaris as well.
Right.
So he's just been filling the gaps when the UFC don't want him. And additional to that, it's like if somebody said to you right now, doing the job that you already do, like, do you want to make 3 times the amount of money to do a job that you do anyway, whilst you're waiting for your actual job to, you know, get you on board? You take the money. And the other thing you've got to take into account is, and I went to this event, when Conor did the last one with Ariel didn't get paid.
Yeah, I heard about that. Ha! But still,
Hey,
here's why you don't get paid, Ariel.
You have to say that's a bit shitty. You have to say that's a bit shitty.
Fuck that, because Dan Hardy's not a journalist. He's not. Ariel claims to be.
But Ariel also claims that he's like a presenter, which he is. So he's a host, which he is. So imagine if I turned around and said to you right now, whoa, imagine if I said to you right now, because in a sense you're a podcaster. Like, that's what you are, per se.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Whatever way you want to put it is. Now, if I turn around and said to you, right, come and fly over to the UK, we'll do a podcast. You spend your own money to fly over here, yeah? And then you don't get paid. You know.
Shit, thought about that shit before, man. You don't go anywhere without signed contracts, bruh.
He probably did, but they like deactivated Twitter and probably blocked him from every fucking thing in the world. That's
super weird. I wonder how much they were supposed to pay him.
I bet you it was at least like 10 grand, probably.
No way.
I bet you it was. I bet you it was.
In that case, I can't knock the hustle, man. Get paid. Get paid, man.
Conor was making bank on those nights. Do you know how much Conor was making for, like, if you wanted the, you know, the premium meet and greet? Do you know how much he was charging for?
No.
$1,000.
Fuck out of here! I'm not doing. No. What the fuck?
You'd go in the back. There was like this private area. You'd go in the back. You'd have a drink with him whilst he was just like, you know, going around. You'd get a picture with him, shake his hand, say what up, and all that kind of stuff. It was $1,000. If you wanted just a picture with him and just to like shake his hand, whatever, and get something signed, I think it was like £700, and then I think it was $300 just to have a picture taken with him, and then it was £100 if you wanted to be in the arena and have a question answered by him live, and then it was just, I think it was like £50 if you just wanted to go to the event.
You just went to the event, or did you ask questions?
Yeah, I just went to pay fucking do fuck yeah. But saying that though, I'm not gonna lie. If somebody, if I was minted, if I was fucking, you know, raking it in and that, if somebody turned around and said, right, oh, grand C Conor, I'd pay a grand C Conor. This is the thing. If you have $1,000 to throw away, I'm not gonna hate on you.
Well, if we're going after the exact situation where you have $1,000 to just throw away, yeah, fuck yeah, you do that shit. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But if you don't have $1,000 to throw away, you have $1,000 and you need some of that shit for rent, motherfucker, think about it, because that's not worth it. All right. At the end of the day,
£50, bro.
Hey, just wait till he's in camp. Okay. Wait till he's in camp for a fight and fly out to Vegas or California and just wait outside. This fucker will roll around in his fucking Rolls Royce, and you can literally run into him in traffic, take a picture, shake his hand. Hey, good luck, Conor. He'll say, oh, thank you very much, and then drive off. Boom, just saved you fucker 700 pounds. What's up?
No, like I said, I do feel sorry for Ariel for that simple fact that nobody deserves to be, you know,
certainly not.
To be fucked over like that. And I'm betting you probably about 10 grand, because you think at that event it held 8,000 people.
That's a lot of money. Conor took most of that shit home.
You know, that's a lot of money. You probably made from each of the events, because I think he did 3 or 4. He probably made like at least 100,000 per event.
Yeah. God damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. Look, man, hey, shout out to Conor McGregor for being a smart motherfucker and jacking everyone for the shit. Because god damn,
you know, came in, stole your money and left.
That's gangster as fuck. He just stole $100 million. That's gangster as fuck. Depending on what your point of view is, but I like to say that he stole it.
At the end of the day, if you're good, you know, if I turn this into you right now, make 100 million by doing this for the next 4 years,
I'm in.
Bro, I'm in and I'm out. I'm hijacking y'all. I'm heisting. I'm going out. Like masks on and everything.
Jesus, man, that's crazy shit. It really is. But Regardless, the whole thing with Dan Hardy sold out. No, he didn't. He didn't sell out. Like, so chill the fuck out with that shit. You know, Dan Hardy's a very would you say? I mean, to me, I'm actually I don't know. I mean, I would say Dan Hardy is a more recognizable and bigger name than Ariel Helwani.
I don't know about that.
You know, they so
in the UK. Yeah, for sure in the UK. I wouldn't. I don't know about worldwide, because if you say to a fighter, like, would you like to be interviewed by, and you just said 5 names, the first one they'd pick out of, you know, your main podcasters, presenters, whatever you want to call them, would probably be Ariel, because it's the global reach, you know, like.
Right. No, but I mean, this is going down in the UK, so it's going to be in the crowd, mostly UK people, maybe some tourists that are there, and some assholes that would say they're going to fly over some stupid shit like that. But like, if well, let me ask you this. This is a different question then. Let's just agree to disagree on that one. If you had a choice, if you're organizing this shit, and you had a choice between putting Dan Hardy in there to interview Conor, or Michael Bisping to interview Conor.
Nah. You get Dan Hardy. Right? Because otherwise, if you want to cause some chaos.
Exactly. No, exactly what I'm saying. If you want, depending on what you want to come out of it, you don't bring in a strong personality to interview a strong personality. That would get fucking insane. That being said, Michael Bisping all fucking day. You kidding me? That'd be a fucking well spent $10 or whatever the paper's gonna be. Well spent right there. Just them two shitting on each other back and forth? Come on.
I think you'll see a lot of humor between him and Dan, because Dan's known him since his Cage Warriors days. So I don't think you have to worry about, because some people were saying like Dan Hardy's on the bandwagon, and I was like, Dan Hardy knew about Conor before you guys even knew who fucking McGregor was. So like, you know what it is.
Him and Conor are friends too. So what are you gonna do?
They've known each other for, like, you're talking like since his early days. So you're talking for the best part of, like, what, 8, 9 years? Come on.
Right. No, I mean, certainly, I'm with you on that one, man. But
one of the most iconic moments of Conor's history, when he were fighting in Ireland, we're not here to take part, we're here to take over. He was the one in the ring with him.
Yeah. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, whoever can fucking get a YouTube stream of that shit, hit me up. I'm not paying for that. That's bullshit.
I'm not even bothered about it, to be honest with you. I will admit, though, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, if I was in town for it, I would probably go. I'll be honest. If I was in town, I'd probably really go.
Fun. I think the thing that made it so entertaining and no matter what anybody says, Ariel asked the questions that we wanted to hear. Like, he didn't just kind of coast. He was very adamant of trying to get the answers about this, you know, boxing match and everything like that, and, you know, what was happening to make it happen. He was asking things that we all wanted to know. So
yeah, and I gotta give him that too, because that was the first time he ever did that. Otherwise, he always has some stupid shit that just bothers me. Like, and shout out to Heath Harshman and Danny Doherty. He's gonna kill me fucking butchering his last name. Doherty. They're the guys from the Throwing Elbows podcast. Actually, they dropped their episode yesterday. I listened to it today. It was like, and I listen to, like, every once in a while I listen, but I never tell them that I listen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put pressure on them. Like, hey, I know you guys and you know me. The fuck, you know what I mean? So today I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm gonna live tweet you the entire time I'm listening to this shit. All right, till I annoy the fuck out of you. It actually was a really well done show. And one of the things that I had heard about, but I didn't know any details about, was when Ariel Helwani reported that John Jones that he passed that he failed the urine test, but he passed the blood test thing. Remember that? That all came out.
He failed the urine test, and then they
passed the
blood afterwards. But the blood test is irrelevant because it's the piss test.
Exactly.
That detects the drug that allegedly he's been popped for.
Right. The blood test is not testing for T-ball at all. Yeah. So it was all about the piss test. So when I first heard of it, I had kind of the same reaction everybody else did. We're like, well, what the fuck is this? This is just some fuckery, right? Mind you, I did Googling right after that tweet. Okay, so I sent out a tweet that, like, you know, right when I heard that, literally like minutes after. And I go, wait a minute, John Jones passed the 27th and the 29th and after that or whatever, but he failed the one on weigh-ins night? That doesn't make sense to me. the details hadn't come out yet that it was a piss test and not a blood test, right?
Yeah.
So and the substance was just rumored. It wasn't even like set in stone yet or confirmed. So I put out this tweet and it fucking took off. People were retweeting it and liking and shit. To this day, I still get the whole, oh, well, come on, bro, that was a blood test that he passed, not a piss test. And I'm like, dude, did you see the tweets that I put out there? Because I Googled T-ball and I was like, oh, can't find it on a blood test. Got it. That's the only tested with the urine test. Got it. And I tweeted out, okay, now that I've had time to think about it, this means nothing. Like this thing coming up means nothing at all. It changes literally zero. If anything, it might make things worse for John Jones. That's my thing. But what and Heath and Danny on Throwing Elbows was talking about basically pointing out that Makikawa was using Ariel Helwani as like his puppet. And I wish they were on live. Obviously, it wasn't, it was my phone, but I wish they were on live because I would have commented like, Makikawa was using Ariel Helwani as his corner to fuck the MMA world. That's what he was doing. But what do you think about that shit like that? Like I'm not trying to shit on Ariel, but there's a fucking perfect example of the kind of shit that he pulls and he chastises other people for. Like he had one source, the guy that was spoon feeding him information, and he just went with it and didn't bother to Google fucking T-ball.
I think what you've got to take into account is we live in an age. This is a defense of Ariel. This is just this is what it is, right, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think we just live in an age where people just tweet stuff out.
Right. Well, it's too easy to do that.
Perfect example of this, and I've seen so many fucking people do this. Mm-hmm. Not this specific person. Look at Izzy.
Yeah. By the way, Izzy might be the most hilarious motherfucker out there. For anyone who doesn't know about Izzy Garcia on Twitter.
He's MMA Inciter now.
Yeah, he Inciter, INCITER. So, he will change his Avi and his name on there. So he'll put Ariel Helwani's picture, put the name Ariel Helwani. Nobody bothers to look at the handle at all.
Never.
He just tweets out. He'll tweet out some crazy shit, and it will fucking fly until somebody catches it. He got me one time, like 3 years ago. He got me once. And then I read the name, I'm like, this motherfucker. And so I fucking followed him ever since. And every single time he does that, I'm like, oh, yes, I can't wait to see the fucking reaction.
The worst thing in the world about it all is he actually retweets the people that have quote tweeted his tweet. And then he retweets it as well so that more people see it. Yeah.
It's so good. Dude, seriously, that guy has this game down. He
waits perfectly. He waits for the perfect thing to say.
Yeah.
Perfect time. When he knows that people are obviously going to be checking for Ariels, he bangs them tweets out, people retweet it, away you go. And you know what? Like, this is what I mean. Like, how many news outlets have, copied his story and he's screenshotted it?
Dude, countless. Everybody jumps on that shit and they go, oh, fuck. They'll publish it, make themselves look like assholes, and then, he wasn't even Ariel. And 90% of the time, Ariel has to tweet out, no, this didn't happen, whatever. And I'm like, haha, bitch. Like, here's the thing. I don't, my opinion of Ariel is complicated because of, for me, it's always come down to the fact that he insists on calling himself a journalist when his behavior has proved otherwise many a time. But regardless of what you think of that guy, I mean, look, he's like the face of MMA media, if we're going to be completely honest, right? He's the guy, you think MMA media? He's the guy, really, unfortunately.
There's two people and one of them you don't even really consider MMA media.
Yeah.
It's him and Rogan.
Exactly. Yeah. So they were talking about how he just tweeted his shit out and they look stupid. And then instead of apologizing for getting it wrong, he put a tweet that said, developing, ... Apparently T-ball is only found in urine tests. And it's like, dude, that's not, and he said it himself. I think it was Heath that said it. Might have been Danny, I'm not sure. But they were talking about what the guys said basically was that's not developing. That's a fucking fact. You gotta admit that you were wrong and put the fact out there. Don't just say, developing. T-ball now only tested with urine. That's stupid as shit. So I mean, look, I know it's just one mistake out of the many that he's made, but it's just a mistake and everything. I just find that kind of like curious, the way that social media works and the way that
it's what do you call it though? It's amateur. It's something that you shouldn't be doing.
Right, he should have known better. But that tells me that confirms that information came directly from Makikawa, though.
I will say this, though,
confirm
that's
that.
an interesting thing, just to
Yeah.
twist this. What you've got to take into account with Ariel is when you think about his phone, right?
Mhm.
Imagine how many text messages he gets from all of the fighters on that roster.
Sure.
And all of the tweets, like DMs and stuff like that, Facebook and all that kind of Instagram, all that. So, and then constantly being sent links from his work to say, this is breaking, tweet about this now. You've got to take into account sometimes he'll be on autopilot. So it'll be a case of sometimes he'll have to rely on the company he works for to give him the facts for him to tweet out. Now, granted, he should obviously he should be better educated and knowing how things work. But with that same thing said, if you were getting bombarded with information and saying, tweet this out quick, you have minutes, if not a minute, to tweet out everything in 140 characters.
Right. It's all about being first, or being at least one of the first ones, but you try to be first. So that's the problem that I see. But I never liked that, by the way. I always hated that you got to be first mentality. Like, it started with, here we go, fucking heel hook experience. It all started with these like 24-hour news networks, right? You got to be first. You got to be first. It started with them, and it went over to social media. And now it's like everything's you got to be first. Otherwise, you already failed. You didn't get the clicks that you could have gotten and shit like that. So I just thought it was weird.
I agree with it in context, but there's certain things that I don't agree with it. I think content should always be over first clicks. I think that your content should always be better than what somebody else's could be, so then obviously you can get further forward. But that's just my opinion as far as all that's kind of concerned. So anyway, I'm going to grab my phone from under the mysticalness of this screen. So I'm going to disappear for like uno momento whilst you pull up the card. If you want it, we'll just pick our picks for the prelims. We won't go into the prelims too deep. And then we'll go straight into the main card and we'll break those down. So I'm going to vanish like...
All right. UFC 215, ladies and gentlemen, Saturday this weekend at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Canada. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Your UFC Fight Pass, the prelims online, obviously, fightpass.com. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. So right after lunch for us West Coast people. FS1 prelims, obviously, FS1. Keep in mind, it's a Saturday. Baseball will be on. We might get fucked. So be prepared to find a stream, because I know none of you have FS2. Just let that shit go. Fucking Fox Sports. Cut the shit. All right. The FS1 prelims are 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And the main card on pay-per-view kicks off 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Headlined by the one and only Demetrious Mighty Johnson, because he's not no longer Mighty Mouse, unfortunately.
I love how that came about.
That's a fuck up. That's a massive fuck up.
No, your boy Kirby started with me on that, and he was wrong. Your boy fucked up, and I fucking called it.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I saw his tweet, and I was like, "How it's fucking Reebok fucked up." And then I read it. I researched it a little bit on Twitter. I mean, what is this Mighty Johnson shit? And it's like, oh no, DJ changed his name. I'm like, oh fuck, DJ, you fucked up. I thought Reebok fucked up. Like, I wanted to shit on Reebok. I don't want to shit on DJ. What the hell?
Who's never going to be able to, do the whole fucking Mighty Mouse copyright thing. And, as he's grown older, you can't be called Mighty Mouse. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it's too late, motherfucker. We know he's Mighty Mouse. That being said, who was the LeVar Johnson? What was his nickname? Was it like LeVar Big Johnson?
No idea. I can't remember what he's. I'll Google that real quick.
Okay, because I know he has something like that, and that was a hilarious. That's like in the same avenue as Ryan Bader fucking up and not going with Master as his nickname. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be Ryan Darth Bader. It should be Ryan Master Bader. You kidding me? Come on, you wouldn't get a bunch of fans without the fact that you have a sense of goddamn humor, dude. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, it was Big Johnson.
Yeah. So LeVar Big Johnson. I'm thinking he wants to be Demetrious Mighty Johnson for that same fucking reason. I think he's trying to, one of those tongue-in-cheek things right there. Like, okay, I see you, DJ. You're fucking up, but I see you.
I don't mind Mighty because, like, if he passes this record, then he is the mighty one, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? He's fucking done like what we deem as impossible.
Let me ask you this, or let me tell you this, and you tell me what you think. Seems like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's talking about it. You know who's talking about it? Let me tell you who's talking about it. This many people. Or outlets, apparently. It's me and you, the UFC kind of sort of mentioning it. Ariel might have talked about it a little bit. I think I don't know. I don't watch his show this week or ever really. And maybe like a couple other people talked about it. But as far as like even the hardcore fans don't really give a shit, and even the casual especially they probably don't even know that it's his 11th. That it could be his 11th consecutive title defense. Nobody's talking about it.
I think the problem is at the end of the day, I don't know how I even feel about it. I think the problem with it is the fact that he's been so dominant, but there isn't a death row of names. Does that make sense? Like, there hasn't been a death row of names. So with that same thing said, it's kind of hard for people to kind of be invested when you don't know half of the other guys that are in the flyweight division.
True.
It's sad, but it's true. Like, if you look at through, like, let's just pull that up real quick. I'm going to pull up Anderson Silva's record here so that we can kind of see all the people that he beat during his time as champion. So then when you look at the who's who and you go like, I know that name, these guys will be Hall of Famers or whatever, you can kind of run through it. So his mixed martial arts career, okay, don't show me his record then, you fucked out. I hate that more than life. I didn't know he actually had a boxing career as well. Oh, no shit. Anderson Silva.
He had a boxing career? Yeah, he actually was putting up videos of himself on Instagram on his story of him boxing.
He's 1-on-1.
Yeah. One of those videos is on his Instagram. You follow that shit, he put it up there a bunch of times. I don't know if it's up there now, but
the irony is he lost in 1998 and then he won in 2005, which is random as shit.
Which means he knows better. He ain't need to be boxing nobody. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Although,
so
he wanted to box Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah, I remember that back in the day.
I got Roy. I was telling people I got Roy Jones by knockout. Fuck that shit.
Big knockout as well. Right. Yeah. So Rich Franklin were obviously the first one, yeah.
Right.
Then he had Travis Luter.
Okay.
Nate Marquardt.
Okay.
Rich Franklin again. Dan Henderson.
Okay.
James Irvin. Who the fuck is that guy? Patrick Cote.
Okay.
Talis Latus. Forrest Griffin. Damian Maia. Chael Sonnen. Vitor. Yushi Okami. Chael Sonnen again. Stephen Bonner. So
not a lot of big names in there.
Yeah, hold on. Stephen Bonner, name.
Right. Okay, name. Chael Sonnen, name.
Vitor.
Yeah, I would argue Patrick Cote, but not a lot of casuals know him. But he was one of my favorite fighters.
I think he'll still go down because he's one of the kind of he's a name amongst MMA fans. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you might who I know a lot of casuals that don't know who Randy Couture is.
That's so weird.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them don't know who the fuck he is.
Like if I go to a casual and I go, hey, remember Patrick Cote? Who? Okay, never mind. Yeah, I mean that happens all the time.
If you
was a bad dude.
That guy who's in fucking what the fuck is the name of the program? Expendables. Then they'll know who Randy Couture is. So Damian Maia, Forrest Griffin, maybe Talis Latus, and Dan Henderson, Rich Franklin.
Yeah.
And maybe Travis Luter and Nate Marquardt.
Yeah, those were names back in those days, though. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but they're names. They were big names at the time. Whereas, like Demetrious.
Go for it.
It's hard, isn't it, when you look at Demetrious's? I just like to say I'm a big fan of Demetrious's, by the way.
Yeah, here, I'll pull up his fucking record. I'll tell you right now what's up.
I was just literally going to pull it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want to go through that one because that one's the one of where I used to train at the same spot where well, I can't spell Demetrious Johnson at all. There we go, I got it. Anyway, I used to train at the same gym as that John Moraga used to train at. Okay, and I was still training there when he got the call to take on Mighty Mouse, and that was not a fight that like I wanted to see him take at all. You know what I mean? Too soon. But here's my point on that. Wow, SureDog.com with the powerful pop-ups, motherfuckers.
That's why I always go with Wiki.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So we'll start with the loss of Dominic Cruz at 135 pounds in 2011. Right?
Yeah, because afterwards is his run, is it?
Yeah. Then he did a draw against Ian McCall. I want to say that was for the belt, right? You remember that?
Yeah, why my internet's just being gay on my phone? There we go. So hold on, let me just get it with you so then I'm on the same pattern.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Ian McCall was a draw, majority draw.
Then he beats him.
Then he beats him.
Right. So then you fought. I want to say it was part of the Benavidez fight. Was the first fight for the title? I want to say. So he beats Benavidez.
Let's just put this into perspective, though. Hold up. All the people that we're about to name are all relevant now.
Yeah.
But if you went to the casual fans, how many people know who they are? Most people won't know these names. Whereas you compared to Silva's, at the time, if you were a casual fan of the UFC, you would have known who Chael Sonnen was, Dan Henderson was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, I watched every single one of these fights and I actually remember these fights. And it's funny as shit because I can't remember most of Anderson Silva's fights, to be honest with you. I remember the finishes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because they're all finishes. All right. So they beat John Dodson by decision, which honestly a lot of people were like, "Oh shit, Dodson had him, fucked up." Yeah. Then John Moraga takes on him way too soon, but DJ still waits until fucking almost end of the fifth round to finish it. Yep. Then Benavidez again knocks him out this time. Remember that first round knockout where everyone was like, "Holy shit!" Insane. But nobody. Here's the thing: after that first round knockout, and nobody gave a fuck. They still called him boring. What the fuck? But then Ali Bagatinov can't keep up with him cardio-wise, even though he's on EP fucking O. Still can't keep up with him. That was awesome. Decision win. Submits Chris Carriazo, which is expected. Submits Kyoji Gariguchi, which I expected for sure. Decision John Dodson again.
Mauled John Dodson in that second fight, though. Mauled.
He was completely outclassed Dodson. Had that sad knee to the body finish against Henry Cejudo, which I was kind of bummed out.
I bet you was.
I was hoping Cejudo was going to pull some shit off, but he got hit to the body. It was over. Then that fun-ass fucking fight with Tim Elliott, where he looked like he was in trouble quite a few times. And then submits to Wilson Heiss, who is like a high-level jiu-jitsu player.
High level.
Which one to a hardcore fan? This is different. I'm going to ask you who you think the casual fan would be more impressed by as far as the record goes and who he beat, and who the hardcore fan. So you as a hardcore fan, which record are you more impressed by? Like as far as the names that he beat?
You have to go with Silva, as horrible as it sounds, because and this is it's so harsh, because Demetrious deserves every last bit of respect and adulation for everything that he's doing and done, because he's dominated everybody. Like that division looks like it looked, and I'm not saying that he's the Ronda Rousey of all the, you know what I mean, whatever. But like it seems like when, like in the case of Ronda, when she was there at that time, there was nobody near her. And it's like Demetrious seems to be so many levels above everybody that's in that 125 division. Nobody looks close. So, the Tim Elliott one was the only one, and maybe the John Dodson, the first fight, that we ever really turned around and went, shit, Demetrious is in trouble. They're the only two fights at 125, obviously, but they're the only two fights that we go, fuck, like he was getting beaten up. I just kind of worry that the problem is that there's nobody good enough in comparison to Demetrious, so Demetrious gets overlooked. Whereas with Silva, because they're all big guys who Silva was fighting against, even fought at 205, he was fighting against people who are known for knocking motherfuckers out with one touch. Like every one of them, like half of them are all one-touch killers. And he just beat them all to a pulp, didn't he? He just, he front kicked him in the motherfucking face. Like, he front kicked, like, come on. He front kicked him in the face. Silva, like, he poured Forrest Griffin. Barely even punched him.
Look, here's the thing about it though. Like, I would love to say that Demetrious Johnson fought the bigger names, but he didn't, man. He just didn't.
There's nobody around to be a big name though.
It was too early for that division. So unfortunately, he'll go down as the most dominant 125er ever, but nobody's gonna give him like the Michael Jordan credit, if that makes sense to you.
Is he the LeBron?
Not even, man. I'd say he's like, who's third on that list? Kobe?
Oh, that's not a bad shout.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's very close.
No,
But
no, no. I'm just saying, like, in comparison. So you'd say, like, Silva was Jordan.
easy.
So John Jones is LeBron.
With roids, yes.
Easy now.
I
Easy.
got you. I got you. I got you. I'm joking. All right.
One, we don't know if that's true. Two, in the NBA, it's kind of a bit easier to get away with it,
A
right?
lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then the reason why I compare those two as well is they have their quirks that make you not want to like them, but you kind of like them,
Right.
personality-wise, and how they carry themselves. And then Kobe gets on with his work, hard work mentality.
What? No. Let me take it back. Bill Russell. Let me put it this way: 11 rings, countless defensive player of the years, and rebound titles, and all that. So many accolades. Like he dwarfs Jordan in accolades.
Yeah.
Yet he's not considered the best of all time.
But don't you think that's down to his style, though, as opposed to?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about that, yeah, that's it's different. I'm just saying a comparison as far as
comparing the styles, as far as like
okay.
if you compare like Demetrious style to Anderson Silva's style.
Right. But I mean, isn't that getting like too much into the fucking details? I think I'm just looking from the outside, like bigger picture.
Oh, I know. I'm just trying to break it down from a perspective where I'm kind of
okay.
Going, like I don't know. I think it's a very, very accurate one. I don't know if the reason why I prefer the Kobe one is because those the two players that were previously mentioned have very similar styles during the courses of the career.
Yeah,
they had defensive. They had the flashy dunks. They had the perimeter shots kind of thing. I don't know that maybe that's why I lean it that way, but I see where you're coming from as far as like achieving more but not being appreciated more. But then I think it's
like the numbers are there for him to be the best ever, but no one will think of him as the best ever because he didn't have no game, no buzzer beaters over Craig Elo in Cleveland or whatever it was, or Mark Price, whoever it was guarding. I can't remember. He didn't have that photo finish that he fucked up by coming back. By the way, that photo finish in Game 6 in Utah to win the title, where he pushed off Russell. He just knocks it down, holds his hand up, turns around, and walks back to the bench. He none of that shit. So. If we had to compare in the basketball players, to me, Demetrious is Bill Russell with 11 rings, do it the right way with the Boston Celtics for so many years, and Anderson Silva was Michael Jordan.
You need to make a shirt with Michael Jordan with Anderson Silva's face like photoshopped on it, and you need to have Bill Russell with Demetrious on it. Have them in the classic tees, and them just staring at each other like motherfucker.
That'd be funny as shit. But that's the way I see him, Demetrious, and it sucks. I want Demetrious to be known as like the greatest of all time. But even I don't agree with that statement. I mean, I think to me, he's like, there's just some shitty factors going his way. You know what I mean? Like the fact that the 125 division is young and it's not as talented as like 185 was.
I think it's talented, but I just think that Demetrious is too far ahead. I don't think that's
true.
They're not talented. I think if you make them all 20 pounds heavier, you've got a fucking killer division. But the thing though is he's like the Jose Aldo thing. There was a lot of 145ers that were brilliant, but they weren't Jose Aldo good at the time.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. So let's break down on this fight scene as we're already into it, and we're kind of already been talking about Johnson. Yeah. And the Ray Borg thing. We're going to do this backwards, ladies and gentlemen. So if you don't like it, fuck you. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, we'll break down the Ray Borg and Demetrious Johnson flyweight title defense that could potentially eclipse Anderson Silva's record of most title defenses, with Demetrious winning and potentially retaining his title this weekend. So I've got to obviously ask the question, the first and foremost, who are you going with?
Bruh.
I know, but you got to ask the question.
Bruh. You're putting him in a shitty spot, man. I want to pick Taz Mexican Devil. I so badly want to pick Ray Borg. And I'm going to root for Ray Borg. Not against DJ. I'm rooting for Ray Borg.
Right.
Okay, all right, my people. We got to get in there. All right. That being said, come on, man. It's fucking Bill Russell. It's Demetrious Johnson. Okay? Not too flashy, not too careful either. Gets the job done. DJ's gonna win this fight. Now, and it's gonna be handedly. It's not, the first couple rounds gonna be fun to watch. Fucking Ray Borg's gonna put up a fight, but then DJ's gonna take over. You know what I mean? Not to mention Ray Borg's missed weight before, so we still don't know shit. So chill the fuck out. I don't think he misses, by the way. I think he's gonna make weight pretty easily. But at least I'm hoping. Yeah, at least I'm hoping. So, but DJ's just good everywhere, man. I mean, fuck. It's fucking sad that Ray Borg, to me, even has no shot. You know what I mean?
I think I'm going to call this fight, and this is how I see it playing out. DJ, first 3 rounds, elusive foot movement, occasional 1-2s, a lot of takedowns, a lot of pressure, a lot of energy exerted by Ray Borg in those first 2 to 3 rounds. By the 4th round, DJ comes in for the kill. I'm going DJ by finishing the 4th round.
TKO?
You know what? He could even get the submission. It depends on how he wants it. You know what? This is why. God, this is so contradictory, but this is why Demetrious is one of the greatest of all time. Because you know what? He could choose how he finishes. He can choose how he finishes. And there's very few people who I genuinely believe have ever had that quality. I think him and John Jones, as far as when we talk about the greatest of all times and stuff like that, there's very few people who can go, I'm going to finish you by wrestling you, and then I'm going to submit you. I can finish you by wrestling you to the ground and beating you up in TKO. I can keep it standing, and I can finish you up against the cage. I can finish you by picking you off and getting the knockout. I just think that because of the amount of pressure that Ray Borg will try to commit going forward, I think that the momentum and the incredible wrestling and clinch work that DJ has, like we saw against John Dodson.
Yeah.
Same shit. I think we see him wrestle fuck the absolute shit out of Ray Borg, and I think it ends up being the exact same way. He gets it to the third or 4th round. I'm going to go with the 4th, and I think he takes the finish, whether it be by ground and pound, just because Borg's just dead to rights. And like you said, the weight cuts are a little bit tricky for him. And if you're not fully committed to going 5 rounds, ask Mr. fucking EPO how it fucking went against him.
Yeah, it didn't go well. I don't think he knew how to use EPO, which is weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Demetrious was still going strong.
Ali should have hired that Russian cat from Icarus. I bet you it'd help him out. Yeah, so I'm with you, man. DJ is gonna take it. I don't know if he'll finish it. If he does, I think it'll be submission. I don't think Ray Borg's getting knocked out, but you never know, man.
Could be TKO.
No, imagine an upset, dude.
Of course, yeah. This is one of the reasons why we say that MMA is one of the most beautiful and most beautiful sports in the world, because Ray Borg could land in with 1 clean shot in the 1st round, and we could see some, Michael Bisping, Luke Rockhold bullshit. We could. You never know. But I will say this: Demetrious is one of the most level-headed, cautious but calculated fighters that the UFC has ever seen. He's one of the. I think that his fight IQs, as far as fight IQs go, I think he has one of the highest that we've ever seen in MMA, and I stand by that definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I struggle to think of other people that have as good when it comes to not only being able to be elusive, but they can finish fights quite convincingly and quite often. It's not a case of that they can only finish every so often. They can finish whenever they choose.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
God damn. Hopefully, Demetrious does it, because then we can see him go on to do a 135 fight or a 130-pound fight, catch weight, and we can see him fight against somebody like a Cody or a TJ, depending on how that fight develops.
Yeah. I say do the winner of that fight.
It's the big money. That is the money fight. Like, have the win.
That being said, real quick, that's not a money fight. We can't call it. It's not going to make a lot of money by itself.
I'll put it this way: if that fight happened,
you can't headline a UFC, right?
Pardon?
All right, but can we agree on that you can't? that fight is not going to headline a pay-per-view, right?
Right. Let me throw this to you as a counter question.
Okay.
Should this be the main event?
For this card?
Just in general. Should Ray Borg versus
No.
Demetrious Johnson be main event?
No, hell no. No. Not, okay, there we go. Not hell no, but just no. Very tentative, no.
Would you say for a fight night?
Easily. Oh, easily a fight night.
For a pay-per-view, we say no. So regardless of who Demetrious fights, name me one person, and don't say Brock Lesnar, name me one person who Demetrious Johnson could fight who you genuinely believe should be them two should be the main event of a pay-per-view.
Conor McGregor at 145? I don't know. Fucking...
Conor'd have to die nearly to get to 145.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I don't... Dominic Cruz? Not even that is a pay-per-view. Yeah, he's a co-main, but I think the reason that I don't think Dana wanted to risk Amanda Nunes pulling out again.
Yeah, this was the perfect ploy. I don't dispute that, but that's my point. There is no such thing as a fight that should main event.
Dude, you know what's going to piss me off? It's going to be depressing and shit to see? Is that fucking crowd leaving as DJ's fight starts?
Nah, that way.
No, those fuckers, hey, those assholes did it in Toronto. They did it in Toronto. They walked out during his fight, which is bullshit. You walked out of a title fight. You know what I mean? They're gonna do that shit again. Watch. If Demetrious Johnson don't make it, a quick fight, or Ray Borg doesn't make it an interesting fight, by the third round, people are walking out. Watch.
I don't think they will.
I hope not, man. But I don't buy that shit. That shit pissed me off last time. Seeing that from TV, I was like, you assholes! I'd be fucking happy you should take that seat.
But, I agree. I 100% agree with you. I don't see it happening. I just think that I think we get a good fight, and that's kind of how it rolls out. But nonetheless, the point being was though is I think that it is a money fight because you throw that fight onto like a big name fight underneath as a co-main event, and that sells because you get excited for that fight.
No, certainly. But, I don't know.
Speaking of co's, our co-main event.
They said hoes.
Down this once already.
I thought you said speaking of hoes. I was like, oh, PBZ coming back up. What's good?
No. I would never speak ill of one Amanda Nunes because she scares me a little, and Shevchenko definitely scares me. Like she 100% scares me. Yeah. We've broken down this fight before, obviously, because we did that when the 24-hour Twitch was coming through. That's how long ago that was. And has anything changed for you? Do you see it playing out the same, or have you changed?
I'm taking Bullet, dude.
Yeah, I'm
Bullet in a 5-round fight. Now, I'm not saying that's gonna be the only factor. I am saying she's ready for 5 rounds, though. I
say that Shevchenko wins and knocks her out within. I think she knocks her out within 3.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the 3rd round, Shevchenko's gonna start landing kicks and shit, and Amanda's gonna be wide open. She's gonna fuck up, come in for like some shitty takedown, and get kneed in the head and knocked out. Watch. I'm super specific with that, but still.
So you're saying what exactly? Say that again. From when to when?
So in the 3rd round, about halfway through, I swear to God, I need to place a bet on this in case like the universe goes, "It shall be done." But fucking halfway through the round, Shevchenko's been landing mad kicks to the legs and the body and tying her out. So then Nunes shoots for a shitty little takedown, try to give herself some time to recover. And Shevchenko lands a fucking knee to the head and knocks her the fuck out.
Shit, that's detailed as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I'll put like a $5 bet on that shit in Vegas or something.
Shit. I don't know about like specifics because for me, I just feel that she wears her out in those first 2 rounds.
Yeah,
she makes her exert, and then I think when it gets into the latter rounds, she starts to do work. I think people, people are making this seem like a foregone conclusion, though. But I think we have to always take into account, though, that, like when you put a champion with the back against the wall, it's dangerous, man. And Nunes has been underestimated a few times in her career, past 3 or 4 fights, and she's managed to weather the storm, or she's managed to just straight up blitz and knock out whoever was in front of her. If Amanda Nunes gets the W convincingly,
yeah,
do you feel okay? What the hell? Why is she doing a flying knee, bro?
that's her at the workout. Look at the air though, the air time, hang time, bro.
Yeah, if she misses that, she's got a long way to come down, though, bro. And Amanda Nunes is going to be there with the right.
Yeah, that knee will be super fucked.
Yeah, like that's the thing I hate about when people like go on about like flying kicks and stuff like that. Because I always go, it's beautiful if it lands, but if it misses, you're still in the air. Does Amanda Nunes get the respect she deserves if she wins this fight? If she wins within the distance, or she dominates 5 rounds?
The respect she deserves. Yeah, they'll stop talking about her fucking running from this chick. That was the whole thing, right? Like, she's afraid of Shevchenko. That's why she faked, being sick. Whether or not that's fake doesn't matter anymore because she'll fight this weekend for sure. Unless she does that shit again, in which case she will be fucking dragged out and burnt up like Joan of Arc, straight up. She will not survive. That shit will be fucked up. Look, man, if she wins, first of all, you got to respect her already. But if because look at who she beat first of all already. Okay, beats Miesha Tate for the title. Takes out Ronda Rousey, the biggest name in women's combat sports, arguably. No, arguably the name. We're not talking the actual fight at that point. But the name. Okay. What else? Hold up, I'm getting a little text here. I gotta handle this shit. But regardless, the names that she beat sure deserves your respect. This is just gonna solidify that, I think, and at least kill that fucking she was running for Shevchenko opinion.
I just wonder if the UFC will get behind her if she wins this fight convincingly. Because let's be honest, once it gets to Shevchenko, really, who is there really left for her to beat? Who you can really go, yeah, that'd be a badass fight. Like, there's barely any women in the 135 division that you could go, oh, I'd love to see them main event. The fucking, it just seems to be dried out a little bit.
I'm looking for. Yeah.
Is that down to marketing, or is that down to just a lack of fighters that are, exciting to watch?
I think it's down to names, man. The women's divisions are kind of weird like that, right? Like, I'm trying to get the fucking top 10 to show. Here we go. So, Nunes is the champion. You got Shevchenko's number 1, Hold number 2, Pena somehow number 3, Ronda Rousey number 4, Raquel Pennington number 5. Nunes has already beat 2 of them, right? 3 of them technically with Valentina, right? But if she beats her again tomorrow, whatever, right? But dude, I don't know. What?
I don't know. I worry for this division.
I got you. I got the. Hold on. I just figured it out. And I'm telling you, if Amanda Nunes wins, she's calling this out on the microphone with Joe Rogan. Is it Joe Rogan doing this one or someone else?
Yes, because it's in the United States, so it will be, yeah.
No, it's in Edmonton.
Oh, maybe not then.
So I don't know. I haven't checked. I usually don't check anyway, but okay. Whatever. Nunes gets a microphone and she goes, Cyborg, where you at, motherfucker?
Not a fucking.
Where you at, bitch? Where you at?
All right.
I don't think you're boxing. I think you're scared. Scared to fight everybody. Come see me. Well, I'm telling you, she's gonna call out.
She's never calling it now.
What's she gonna do? Hey, Holly home. You know what I mean?
She's not calling out Cyborg.
She's calling out Cyborg.
Not calling out Cyborg.
I'm calling it now, bro.
Hey,
First of all,
hey yo.
What?
After she turned around and she beat Ronda, she was talking about going for that 145 belt when Jermaine Durandamine was the champion. As soon as Cyborg got that title, she shut up her mouth real quick. And she shut down. She was like, you know what? I'm not really that bothered about the 145 division belt. I want to solidify my championship and want to be the best, 135er there is. I'm like, yeah, I bet you do, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah. No. I'm telling you, she's gonna do that shit. If Nunes wins, hey, Cyborg, where you at, motherfucker?
You know who right? Okay, I'm gonna call this then. You know who Demetrious Johnson's gonna call out as soon as fucking he beats Ray Borg.
Hey, Dana Cormier, you fat ass, come down to 125.
John Jones, I'm coming to 205. Get your shit together.
Oh shit.
Come on.
Whatever, man. I call Dana White if I'm Mighty Mouse. Hey, Dana White, get your fat ass in here. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever. All right, well, okay, let's make our pick. So you picked Nunes? Did you pick Nunes? No, I picked. We both picked Shevchenko. My bad.
Shevchenko, third round. Third round, Shevchenko, and shout out to all the people in the comments as well. Punchface, Hughes. Thank you all for joining us.
Gun Death and Liam, what up, bro?
You guys are killing up in the comments, by the way. What is that? Liam said, "DJ not shows." What does he mean?
Nut shots or no shows?
Not shows. Is in like he doesn't turn up?
DJ, I don't know. I think he's talking about a comment from earlier. Probably I have to pull it up to figure it out. Liam, just clear that up, buddy.
Shout us out. Let us know what it is. Thank you all for the likes as well and the new subscribers. We appreciate all you guys. You know, we have a lot of haters, but we have a lot of good people around. So we always appreciate you guys popping through and whatnot. So. Yeah, so what are we up to next? What's the next on the
all right, next fight on the docket here. It's a fun one, but it's a weird one, but a lot of people are picking the shorter guy. RDA against Neil Magny. I've never liked RDA at 170. I know he won his last fight by decision, but against Tarek Safadine. But I don't. Dude, come on, man. Enough of this 170 shit. Let's open up 165 and let RDA fight in there with Anthony Pettis and all those guys. Okay.
I agree.
But regardless, Neil Magny's got a lot of length. He's got good ground game. I mean, as long as he doesn't get knocked out and blitz in the first round, I think Neil Magny's gonna win a decision, man.
I agree with you in context as well, because I always remember the Hector Lombard fight where he was getting the crap out of, and he weathered the storm. Lombard started to gas. And we've noticed a considerable change in RDA's cardio over recent years. And we've seen that he's susceptible as well to strikes. And I think you've got to take into account, he's never fought somebody at 6'3".
Nope.
Like, when was the last time he fought? You know, he can train with whoever. But you're talking about, what?
Like 5 inches of height. It's like a 5 inches of height or something like that. It's 5, 6 inches of height.
5'7". He's 5'7" is RDA. So
he's shorter than me,
and he's got a 9-inch reach advantage as Neil Magny.
No, yeah, damn. RDA, what the fuck were you thinking?
So personally, I feel that, and don't forget as well, Neil's quite good on the ground as well. Like I think he's got a very underrated.
I like Neil Magny when he takes your back, because his legs, he's got such long limbs that he can find your neck from anywhere.
Them triangles though that he was throwing up against Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah. That was whoa. But the body lock too. But you know what's funny? No one ever talks about the body lock in MMA. It's super effective. Super. Like, good luck getting Damian Maia off your back when he has a body lock. Good luck getting someone with the legs and dexterity of Neil Magny off your back when he's got that bitch in there. Like, fuck, I wish I could do it. I can't do it. I only got hooks. Shut up, you lanky bastard. I know you can get it. I hear that shit.
I think the three most underutilized things in MMA are the jab, the leg kick, and the body drag.
100%.
I you know, every time I'm watching a fight and I annoy one of my friends all the time, I'm like, that guy's really heavy on his lead leg. I wonder why he's not going for the leg kick. Every time. I don't know why I do it. It's just every time.
Every time a Diaz brother fights, I'm like, leave the leg. Like, come on, man, get that lead leg out of there, motherfucker. What are you doing? Like, exactly. Chris Avila did the same shit and got the shit kicked out of it by like everybody in the UFC or whoever you find in the UFC. They were kicking the shit out of that lead leg. They kicked the shit out of Nate's lead. Fucking when RDA and Benson Henderson beat Nate Diaz, it was by leg kicks. Those leg kicks fucked him up, and then he couldn't stand on that leg anymore. So yeah, that boxing style.
That Cerrone didn't work on Nate with that lead leg kick.
Oh, dude, Nate had him mentally fucked.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, game plan,
dude. Cerrone was trying to get a no-hitter quitter or one-hitter quitter right there on that one. He couldn't do it, and he fucked up.
Good luck trying to knock out Diaz, brother, though, you know what I mean?
Right. So, anyway, Neil Magny RDA. I'm taking Neil Magny by probably a submission, too, actually.
You know what? I'm gonna hold out, and I'm gonna go with Neil Magny by decision.
Fair enough.
Just because I think that he can dictate the distance, and he can pick him off, and I think that with the wrestling thing, You know, we saw how he did against Hendricks, and he still managed to get the win, even though because he was more offensive off his back. And we know he can weather the storm, like we saw against Hector Lombard. So, and he could potentially even get the finish, like you say. So, I'm going to go with Neil Magny, and I'm going to go by decision. Dos Anjos, for me, he's a 65er. But the problem is if he does go to 65, there's a certain guy called Khabib waiting for him, and I don't like his chances against Khabib. Not at 165.
And please believe Conor will go up there too, by the way.
I don't think you'll ever see Conor fight again, but I digress.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong, to be honest with you. But if he's wrong, but it's over, it's over. Yeah, fucking, sorry, I just saw a funny little tweet. It says, Cowboy Cerrone's grandma thought Darren Till called him a cunt on Twitter. What is his grandma doing on Twitter?
I don't know, but his grandma's fucking a legend, though, to be fair.
Oh, she is a legend. Yeah, 100%. But I was wondering what she's doing on Twitter. Yeah, so, okay, so we're talking Magny. It'd be funny, though, if RDA somehow pulls it off, he's going to be like, Conor McGregor, I want my red panty night. I was robbed last time.
With my Buddha's foot. I don't know why he turned Russian then, but hey.
I don't know. I sounded like fucking GSP on that one. My accents are dog shit. All right, and then the next fight is I think it's a light heavyweight fight. Ilir Latifi against Tyson Pedro.
I'm going Pedro. I know people are going to hate on me for that, but I think Pedro's a monster. I think he's going to be a fiend in that.
I like Latifi a lot. Dude is a fucking workhorse, and he kicks like a fucking mule. But dude, Tyson Pedro's another monster. He's one of those young cats coming in at 6-0 right now.
I'm more high on him for the fact that in his last fight, he was a monster in his last fight.
Who did he trounce last fight? I know he beat the fuck out of
fought the Scottish bloke. Fucking hell, I should know his name.
Paul Craig.
Yeah, Paul Craig.
Yeah, he fucked Paul Craig's world up.
Yeah, he absolutely smashed 10 bells out of him. And you know what? You know what? I'm gonna make a bold statement. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Tyson Pedro will be in the top 5 potentially by the end of this year if he fights one more time. I think he'll be up there in that top 5. I really do think he has the potential. I think he's a great fighter. He's got my dog going crazy.
Mine keeps sniffing at the door and like lightly tapping it with her paw. Going, hey.
But yeah, I think he's a real talent. I think he's got good jiu-jitsu. I think he's got good wrestling. He's got great striking. You know, he's got a lot of finishes, and a lot of them come by the first round. I also like his diverse striking as well. I just think he's an overall good fighter, and I think if he can keep on evolving and with the right fights, you can see him in the top 5 by the end of this year.
Yeah, I know.
Bold statement, but I'm going to go with him by knockout, and I'm going to go first round.
Pedro, yeah, it's going to be the next big thing at 205. Real quick, I didn't know. Okay, let me be clear. I don't care, but apparently Sarah Kaufman, I think she's fighting this card. Am I right on that?
Hold on, I'm trying to find. Sarah.
No, she's not.
No, Sarah McCannon's fighting.
Okay, good, McMahon.
Oh no, Sarah Morris. Did you say?
No, Sarah McMahon is fighting this card. No, I'm sorry, I meant Sarah Kaufman.
No, Sarah Kaufman.
Is she even in the UFC anymore?
I have no idea, to be honest with you, dude.
Apparently, she's supposed to fight this Saturday, and yeah, she
I want a Lamborghini as well this weekend, if you don't mind, guys. Just
who?
I just want a Lamborghini. Just send me a Lamborghini.
Oh, me too. No, she's supposed to have fought this weekend, but her opponent dropped out. But I was just like, wait a minute, I didn't know she was on this card, but I don't even know if she's in the UFC anymore. Do we know?
No, all I'm looking at right now, because I'm looking at the preliminary cards, and the only Sarahs that are on there is that Morris and McMahon. That's it.
All right. Well. Oh wait, no. It female for 215. This is weird. She was supposed to fight. Who did she fight for? Now I'm fucking confused. Like she's supposed to have a fight. Oh, yeah. Submission Underground. Am I right on that?
Nah, because that's not for weeks.
Okay, I'm confused then.
You know what I'm gonna say, and I mean this in all due respect.
Fake news. Yeah, I'm just wondering because it's weird. No, because she's like shitting on some guy named Keith, a matchmaker named Keith. Like she goes, She goes, now I'm left for 4 days without someone to dance with. There's 100% due to matchmaker Keith lying to all parties involved and not getting opponents' contracts. Can't believe the reason I'm not fighting is due to a matchmaker not sending an email. Unacceptable. Okay? Just like I said a second ago, I don't really care, but that's just me.
Yeah. Speaking of, this is probably one of the most exciting fights on the card.
Oh, for sure. Dude, this is the most exciting fight on the card. You kidding me? This is the most exciting fight on the card, but by far. You got two guys that are fucking nuts that will fucking throw game plans out the goddamn window and say, fuck it, stand and bang, bitch. As fucking weird as that always. You know what? The timeout, real quick. The phrase stand and bang has always sounded so weird to me.
Oh god, don't make it sound gay. Don't do it.
No, because fucking like it's always sounded weird. I'm like, stand and bang. What the fuck are we talking about here? We talking about we're talking about fighting. Oh, but you know what? What fucked it up for me was that one drunk little fuck that goes, "Just let me bang, bro," and I couldn't stop making jokes about it. And then stand and bang, and I'm like, "Oh, it's this guy again." You know what I mean?
Okay, but does it sound worse than sprawl and brawl?
Hell no. You know how many things in fucking and when I was doing Muay Thai, one of my instructors used to say, instead of saying cup to cup when you're talking about clinching, you know what I mean? Since you gotta clinch, you gotta come up real close. He goes, he would never say cup to cup. He go dick to dick. Everyone just go dick to dick. Just deal with it. And I'm like, bruh, like I'm wearing a cup. What's wrong with you, motherfucker? Like, dick to dick. I'm like, weird. Anyway, all right. So
he beat you up and he fucked you in the back, yeah.
Hell no, I never fucking worked with him. Fuck that shit. I was weirded out. But not to mention he's like a badass motherfucking TIE fighter. Yeah, so Melendez. Now I'm all messed up. Gilbert Melendez.
Rolling with Eddie, guys. Rolling with Eddie.
No, don't put that on there. God damn, you pull that shit out with PVZ and shit. You don't do that shit with this. It's weird. Anyway, you got Gilbert Melendez against Jeremy Stephens. Two guys that know how to scrap. Gilbert Melendez, durable, former Strikeforce champion, and all that stuff. And first fight at 145, though. So that's
the key thing.
That's a huge, to me, it's a pretty big fucking detail. Not that Gilbert has a hard time making weight. It's those 10 pounds are a big difference. Ask Anthony fucking Pettis how that worked out for him. So I'm wondering how he's going to handle that. Jeremy Stephens is constantly at 145 anyway, so he's fine. That weight cut's easy for him, supposedly. Or not easy, but it's done. It's been done for him. So I'm still wrong with Gilbert Melendez, though. I'm going with Gilbert Melendez.
Have a 2-inch reach advantage as well, you know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things going for him. It's that weight cut that to me is going to be a big factor. But I got Gilbert Melendez, man. The dude he can just go. And it's always weird with Gilbert Melendez. He can scrap or he can pressure you. He puts a lot of pressure on people. He really does. To where Jeremy Stephens can knock you the fuck out. He hits hard as fuck. As Dennis Bermuda said, that worked out.
Yeah, I'm going with Jeremy. I'm going with Stephens. Okay. The reason being is consistently being able to compete at 145. You know, we know how hard he can hit at 145. We don't know how the power is going to translate and how much of a difference it's going to make as far as how quick Gilbert's going to be at 145. Whereas we know that Jeremy's going to be quick. We know he's going to be powerful. I think that there's questions that we'll only know by seeing Gilbert fight. I think it'll be his ideal weight, but maybe this wasn't the ideal choice of fights to take, you know. Additional to that, Stephens I know he's on a 3-fight loss streak, I believe, but Gilbert's on a 4-fight. And I think the mentality is going to be a key thing as well, because if you've been losing consistently for that many fights and you have to change division, it can do one or two things. It can make and break it, and it puts a lot of mental strain on you as well. Whereas Jeremy's in the same division he's always been, and some of the losses that, you know, like Jeremy's lost to, they're not the worst the worst people to lose to. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm personally going to go with Jeremy. I'm going to go by knockout in the second round.
Fuck all that shit. Gilbert Melendez knockout third round.
Woo. God damn.
Put Jeremy on skates, son. Finish him TKO style. Finished, my friend. All right. And that's the main card, dude.
Yeah, man. Do you think it's weird that Henry Cejudo and Wilson are on the like the prelims? Don't you find that really weird, considering they both fought against like
yeah.
in the past like yearish, and
I find it weird they're not the main prelim. That's what I find.
yeah, they're not even the main prelim. Yeah,
I find that they, at the very least, they're in the main prelim. Although I don't mind the Latifi Pedro fight up top in the main card, because that's gonna, if someone might get knocked out right there, that's what you want. You know, that's what you want. So
it's just a weird one. I just find it hard to kind of deal with some of the shit that we get as how they put it off and whatnot. Whoa. I didn't know this. Apparently, the Fertitta brothers have sold off their remaining stakes in the UFC. They have no longer any part of the company. They're completely.
When was that announced?
2 hours ago by Damon Martin.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a list of shit I don't give a fuck about.
No, I'm just saying that it's just crazy to think that like, they are done now. Oh, did you see as well that the Mayweather-McGregor fight has shattered the UK record for pay-per-view buys?
Yeah, and then fell short awfully for ticket sales inside in-house.
Yeah, by I think it's like, what was it, like 10 million or 15 million?
By a shitload. It's like 20 million. It's like, I think that the record's like 72 million and they got like 40 something.
Nah, I'm sure it was like 50 something.
50 something? Okay, so it's a big fucking gap.
Oh yeah, it's a huge gap nonetheless. But the problem is they tried to price out people, which
fucked up. So it happens. But fucking
you fuck up.
Triple G Canelo's already sold out, unfortunately, which I was kind of bumped about because I was up until I remember that it was September 16th. I was actually gonna try and get tickets for Canelo Triple G, but it's sold out. But it's a 30 million plus gate, making them the third biggest. I think the third biggest gate, only behind Mayweather McGregor and Mayweather Pacquiao.
I'll be honest, I don't really give a fuck about that fight. Like, I'll probably end up watching.
Wow, hold up. No, rewind. That's a real boxing fight match.
Ayo. All right.
Hater.
Hold up, bro. Hold up. Okay. Right. I totally appreciate that, like, it'll be a great fight. I appreciate it's probably the only big fight really in boxing. Like, as far as like, this is like the big fight. This is the big fight of this current generation. Like, this is the most anticipated. This is the most exciting. This is the one that has the most potential to deliver. I get all that. But the thing is, to me though, is like this is gonna sound such a haterish thing to say, and I don't really give a shit.
Oh, thank you. Come on.
MMA. If it wasn't for all the fucking drama and all the palaver and all the circusry and all the kind of bullshit that's gone on with the Conor Floyd thing, most people would not be talking about boxing.
Agree. No, I agree.
The amount of MMA journalists, the amount of MMA fans that have suddenly started talking about boxing, and these are the same people that I've followed for a year, 2 years, 3 years.
They've never talked about it, right?
I've never seen them talk about boxing once when big fights were on. And I'm talking not just about American ones. I'm talking about British MMA media and MMA fans that have never mentioned about big, British fights. Like, even British fights. Like Groves and Froch. Like, that was in Wembley. And, I didn't even see some people that were MMA fans that were from England talking about that. Now they're talking about Triple G and Canelo and stuff. Like, come on. Like, I'm not mad at people being fans of anything. You can fucking watch whatever the fuck you want. Like, I don't talk about kickboxing all the time. I watch it occasionally. I watch Glory every so often. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the biggest fan in the entire world, but I'll watch it when I want to watch it. But it's just that thing of that some people are making out like, yo, this is the biggest fight ever. This is going to trouse like the Mayweather McGregor thing. This is the real fight. This is real boxing. I'm like, okay, cool. It's not a competition. Nobody gives a shit. Like, we know for a fact. You know what's the funny thing? How many pay-per-view buys do you think this does?
What?
This Triple G Canelo.
How much?
How many pay-per-view buys do you think it does?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I'm not good at the pay-per-view buy shit, but I would have to say
500,000.
What? This fight or this card?
This
the Golovkin card. Okay. No, it's gonna sell over 1 million easily.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way. If it's 500, if it make 300, 500,000, whatever it is, that's a failure. It's a massive failure. Fucking Golden Boy better just fold up.
Really, it's gonna make more than 1 million.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see.
By the way, Forbes.com, fuck you guys. It says ad block detected. Fuck you. I don't want to see your stupid ads. Eat a dick. I'm trying to read up. I'm trying to read up on the $5 billion that the Fertitta Bridge has made. All right, you fucks.
I don't know. I you know what? I hope boxing does well. I hope MMA does well.
I tell you what. I tell you what. After this Canelo Triple G fight, it's back down to boxing. You know why? Because they didn't give Anthony Joshua any big name.
Yeah, but he had a mandatory date and a mandatory fight, so he had to. Still. In all fairness, he'll beat this guy. He moves on to the next, and then that's when we start seeing Joshua take over.
I wanted to see Joshua fight the Klitschko rematch. I thought that was legit. Yeah, that first fight was, huh?
You retired anyway.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping he was gonna retire. When I heard he retired, I'm like, fuck, there goes the rematch. That first fight was fire. Okay, that first fight was legit as fuck.
What's the fuck? What's his name? The other guy that was supposed to fight that potentially could fight he's from America, black guy, dreads.
Francis Ngannou. He got pulled. No, he's never American.
What the fuck are you talking about?
My bad. I did time out. I just fucking. I had
Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. What the fuck?
You wouldn't want to see that?
Yo, what you been smoking, bro?
You don't want to see them out. You don't want to see that?
I'm not saying I don't, but shit, when was that signed?
It wasn't. I want that to happen. I think that's why I said it. It's like one of those like you put out in the universe, see if it'll come true.
Oh shit! So
dreads, American with dreads, heavyweight.
Yeah. Well, obviously he's not going to fight a cruiserweight. Shit.
Right. But heavyweight with dreads.
I'm sure. I'm trying to find out. Like, can I just one thing I do want to take into account, right? Did you see Alistair Overeem's tweet earlier today?
Yeah, wait until after this fucking pay-per-view to be like, yeah, I'll fight you, motherfucker.
All I'm saying is this. I heard someone who's trying to skip the line. Can't allow such thing to happen. So, and he tagged Francis Ngannou, let's go.
Hey.
Hold up. Francis Ngannou quote tweeted it and put, keep talking shit and I will snap you with my punch.
Yeah. I think
Ngannou's coming with that African mentality. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah. By the way, weak ass fucking Photoshop skills from Overeem. Okay, that was awful. But
the fact that Overeem's never looked that good since Brock was around.
Hey, but I'll tell you what. I bet you that fight happens next.
Oh yeah, of course it does. I actually wanted that to be the main event for the Rotterdam card that we just had.
Yeah, you made a good point about why it would work. So.
Yeah, so I thought that was going to be the one. I'm going to try and find real quick who potentially could face Anthony Joshua, right? Because I want to know who this big motherfucker was.
No, and that's Shannon Briggs.
No, it's not Paul.
Shannon the Cannon Briggs. You ever hear that guy? The guy that goes, "Let's go, champ."
That's the guy. Let's go, champ. That was the guy who got popped, didn't he? Did he get popped recently?
Yeah, he got popped, motherfucker. He got popped for elevated levels of testosterone. I'm like, God damn it, Shannon. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, no, that's.
I don't even know if he's doing like posting shit.
No, I know who it is. It was Deontay Wilder.
Isn't it? He's American. Oh. Yeah, he is.
He is American.
Yeah.
He doesn't have dreads, but I thought he did have dreads, but I'm just wrong.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Because there's another guy, there's that Ortiz, and there's Dylan White, but Dylan White ain't getting shit. And then there's Fiore, and then there's Joseph Park.
Hey, now I normally don't get into this kind of shit, but this is actually kind of funny. Conor McGregor just posted a picture of himself and some friends. Yeah, right. Himself and some friends on a big couch, right? With the caption, "Congratulations, you made it to the judges. Give a fuck. Sing me something nice." Or GAF. Give a fuck, I'm assuming. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or gaff. I don't know what that means. But
with the same thing said, did you see the picture of him and his missus chilling?
Where?
There was a picture of them. I think there was in a bar, because they've been on holiday for one of their friends' wedding.
Mm-hmm.
and he's legit just sat there with his missus. All of the people are partying around him, and he's in this like little booth, and he's just looking at his missus, and he's just smiling. And you know what, right? I know this sounds gay as fuck, but it made me so happy because it was like one of those moments, you know, when people capture those moments, and you could just tell he was looking at her, and he was just happy, and you just think to yourself, he's done it. You know, all the work that them two are putting together, and you know, it's all culminated into this moment where shit is good. And it just made me happy because I was like, good for you, dude. You know what I mean? Like, people can hate on you whatever you want, but you and your missus and your kid are sorted forever. So that was cool.
I see. It's on his lady's Instagram. That's why.
Yeah. I just saw some place post it as the thumbnail, so I don't know what media it was on.
Oh, I gotcha. Hey, man, fuck it.
He's a nice man.
We're completely off the rails now.
Who gives a fuck? We own the
race. I don't mind it. It's cool.
You know what? And all the people who don't like it, fuck you.
No. It's the thing. Anyone that watches the show doesn't give a shit either. They're like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly, man. For example, NBA 2K18 that I'm being forced to download at 5 o'clock in the morning because your motherfuckers in the States had to be bitches and whinge. You don't get the game first because New Zealand used to get it all the time. So now 2K is like, well, we're just going to make it released at all at the same time at one specific time. So it fucks you all. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? It's all about us, not you guys. And that's why UFC changes the start of pay-per-views that are in England.
Only pay-per-views, though. Only pay-per-views, not
fights. For sure. It's because we're not watching those fights. We're not staying up that early. Getting up that early or staying up that late. Fuck that.
Wouldn't you prefer to have them at earlier times? Because I've never had the opportunity to ask anybody who lives in the States.
I would love it if I could wake up on Saturday, eat a little breakfast, watch some fights, you know what I mean, chill out, watch more fights, eat lunch, and then go out about my day. I would love that.
Like them to start at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then be done by like 9, 10.
If it's like a pay-per-view, sure. But they start at 3 in the afternoon for us.
Oh,
like,
dude.
The one this weekend is 3:30. So that's how it is for us. I want it to start like at noon, dog. Like if it's on a Saturday, start at like noon, like our time, and then just like
in the East.
Yeah, it's 3 hour difference. But
when they do their pay-per-views, when they do like New York and stuff, don't they do them at like earlier? So they're earlier for you as well, because they're earlier for us.
Not for the pay-per-views. I think just the regular like fight nights and shit. So I mean that's weird. It's all about maximizing the eyeballs on your product as for certain times.
Sorry, I just watched fucking Jose Aldo just knock some kid out. I think it was Cub.
Oh, that sucks. Anyway.
Yeah, WEC back in the days. Yeah, other than that though, fucking I can't wait to get that fucking game, bro. I'm gonna smash out 2K like a beast. We've got loads of content as well, guys, coming through for that, so make sure that you check it on the page. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, leave us a like on this as well. But we'll be coming out with all kinds of crazy content soon. We've got some NBA stuff, 2K stuff. So yeah, we'll be doing tutorials, we'll be doing gameplay. We're gonna do like a weekly episodic thing with like cut scenes and shit. It's gonna be really fucking dope. So make sure you check that out as well.
All right. I'm gonna have to run because I'm getting bitched up by my training partners, and I need to get there at 5:30.
He's gonna wrestle fuck you. That's what he's gonna do.
Oh hell no, man. Good luck with that shit. I learned some wrestling. I'm not great, but I'm all right.
Oh dear. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, just want to say thank you for tuning in as always. You can find us on SoundCloud, you can find us on iTunes, and you can find us on Twitter. On the iTunes and SoundCloud, it's just the Heel Hook. Same logo as this, so make sure that you subscribe to those, and obviously we come out with loads of content all the time. Make sure we subscribe to the YouTube channel also, so you can see the mini episodes. If you missed any of this, don't worry about it. We'll catch you on the minis. Your eyes look so scary then, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Warlaw came out. Warlaw. That's still one of my favorite videos. So yeah, anyway, make sure that you follow us on Twitter at the Heel Hook Show, and yeah, man. Shout out to our sponsors as always, keeping us going, man. Like Receptra do your CBD and your extracts for your hemp. They do topicas, they do oils, all done on family, homegrown farming. It's all natural. There's like 0.01% THC in it, so you don't have to be getting high or any of that bullshit. Don't believe everybody tells you when they say like, oh, it's cannabis oil. Don't fall for the fucking stigma, man. But yeah, it's great for obviously helping with inflammation, any back pains. It helps with an array of different things. I couldn't implore people more to check out CBD oils. Just do your research, see that it's not like what everybody tries to put the stigma on, and see the health benefits. And like I say, try out Receptra, which is RECEPTRA, and you want to go to receptranaturals.com if you're in the States. If you're in Europe, then you want to go with receptraglobal.com if you're in Europe. So make sure forward heel hook and you'll get 10% off. What's up?
Receptra, hit up Cain Velasquez. His dumb ass is out there in fucking Edmonton picking up human beings and throwing them around. Hey, motherfucker. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull that shit right.
Shit. Okay.
Hold up. I got you. Ah, fuck. Here we go. See it? He picks up this motherfucker and he flings him around. All right. You have a bad back, asshole. You're supposed to fight Stipe. Don't be a dick.
You know what's the worst thing? He said that he's not going to fight till 2018. Additional to that, make sure that you check out our other sponsor, which is Bane. Bane is a jiu-jitsu and athletic apparel. They do spats, they do hoodies, they do rash guards, they do caps, they do bags, they do mugs, they do all kinds of coolness. And all of the artwork that features on this is all jiu-jitsu inspired, and it's all beautiful artwork. And as well, you can buy the artwork separate. So go to Bane Store, that's BAIN store.com. Make sure you use the code word the heel hook for 10% off. Where can they find you also, Eddie?
All right, find me at Elof31 on Twitter, at Elof52 on Snapchat. CrossmanMMA.com is the podcast. Represent is a sponsor. Hit CrossmanMMA.com, and you will find me fucking taking like a 30-minute nap before I go work out because fuck, I'm tired, dude.
For sure. Last but not least, make sure that you follow me on Snapchat, which is just Ash Official, and when you go to Twitter, it's Ashley Lamprey. That's ASHLEYLAMPREY. On that note, it's been emotional. Thank you for all your support, guys. We look forward to the likes and the comments and the shares and the subscribers, and we also look forward to that one person with the 94,000 different accounts hitting that dislike button. On that note, guys, it's all love. This has been me, Ash, your boy Eddie. Peace up. Hey, turn down. Love you guys. We're out.
All right.